Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, guys? Cause you don't know what energy them. Now you're trying to
Babe, we chat too much.
continue.
Finish. So, hold on. No. And then
Alright.
when we thought about, wait, no, babe. And then when we thought about,
Alright.
hold on, no, babe, stop, no. And
Alright,
when
chill,
we thought
chill.
about it, can I finish, please? Glad for the little warm water. I'm beard, you know, I was scrub over body, you know.
People, I don't know if you don't know this now, but I go up to one place before.
Babe, anyways.
I'll go on with Turkish and Kish.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. You don't know it's your girl, Kay. And this is Babe here.
Hi. Kish got a few comments and she told me about them. We just got in and we decided to react to the comments that we saw on the video. We're gonna go through it together. Nothing is scripted. So Kish, I go, talk about it a little bit and then weigh in as well,
Somebody said, ask what were the pros and cons of us moving from Toronto to Newfoundland. And yes, it's not Newfoundland, they say Newfoundland here, right? There are a number of things, and the way how the person phrased the question, we weren't very clear on how or what they were referring to. It could mean two things. It could be why it is that we decided to move from Toronto
to over here.
Or it could be what the pros and cons of being in Newfoundland. Guys, we're going to put it on the screen somewhere, probably covering our faces.
And stuff, Pro for me, I guess that's the traveling aspect of it, coming to Newfoundland. For me, first and foremost, we wanted to fly. That's the initial thing. Now, throughout planning to come to Newfoundland, we did say, alright then, we're going to fly a Newfoundland and alright then, how we're going to ship with stuff them from Toronto, come Newfoundland. And we say, Kish was working at home at the time, so most of that time, I didn't really get a chance to do much research, but based on Kish findings, you all that got charged about $3,002.
Near closer to 4,000.
Yeah, something like that. So we just say, alright then, yeah man, we can do this. And then we just say, alright then, whole heap of money that is funny enough, you know the amount of stuff we have we need for shipping in a box come here. But we did realize that, alright then, we're going to pack our stuff them in a box and ship them come here. That was the initial plan. And then a friend of mine decided to sell his car. And I was looking into getting the car, right? Because at the time, as you can see in Kish previous videos, we were doing our driver's license. So I say, you want to sell me the car? They must say, no, want to sell me. Fast forward now, I ask Kish now, I say, oh Kish, you want to make a drive go to Newfoundland? She'll say, yeah. She then drive and then we'll look it up and then we'll see, we can actually drive come here. Should be like 2 days realistically, right? But that never happened. We started to look into vehicles and stuff like that, to drive come here, and then we said we would see if on plane cost.
We knew that we would have to give up something for the other. Because if we took the plane, then the same money that we're taking for the plane. So we didn't have a lot of stuff like Babe said. So
we did have furniture though.
But the shipping company is like, they must say, you have to have a certain amount of weight, which means like dresser, bed, everything, fridge and everything.
We did have fridge, we did have bed, but I never,
whole heap of stuff and I never big stuff.
People. Right,
I want little fridge. Yeah, so we had to give up something for another. So we know that the money that we'll save from plane fare and for ship the boxes through the Canada Post we would have used, because other companies, we didn't have enough stuff to ship with the regular shipping companies. Yeah?
We buy the vehicle, get the vehicle, yada yada yada. We jump at the vehicle at last minute, people. At last minute. No, I'm looking like it. Anybody who decide to move come Newfoundland and stumble across this video, I won't recommend driving. But if you do drive, I would recommend getting a trailer or a pickup. If you can afford it. If you can afford it, get a Ford something that Dodge Ram, something of the sort. In Jamaica, we call them van. So get like an open back van. You get me? I say a pickup truck with bed. Get one of those. I do recommend that highly, especially if you're traveling with a lot of stuff. If you do planning on traveling with like a bed, I don't know, desk, furniture, them little thing there. You get me? I say some little stuff on having in the house we could have probably make a home. I do recommend doing that. If you don't, or you just probably travel single, you just have your clothes by your back, a couple light bulb, this, that, laptop, stuff like that, you can get a vehicle. More so a SUV or a little crossover and just carry stuff them and come. But what we didn't know is that, and later on I realized, is that it was best to take a pickup truck. That would then save us quite a few stuff, and we won't probably in the predicament because we have packed our stuff in boxes and we couldn't carry those boxes at last minute. We had to empty most of those boxes, carry our important stuff, but also some of the stuff that we think we could actually carry, except for this and some bigger stuff like chairs and stuff. Obviously not.
Yeah.
But
we did leave
quite a few stuff that we really wanted, that we think right now, to be honest, because Kish lost something very dear to her that she brought up from Jamaica and she now have it with her, and it's all in the name of trying to leave out to the people in place at a timely fashion. However, again, if we were better prepared and we had a bigger vehicle for that matter, I strongly believe that we could have carried almost everything. We could have carried most of the stuff, like maybe 99% of the stuff that we don't need. Oh, and another thing, I'm very, very happy that I got this experience. Is that some people would say skydiving is their ultimate goal or stuff. For me, it's just traveling, seeing the world from a different view, first eye view, traveling from if you're living in the US, traveling from state to state. Jamaica, travel from parish to parish. In Canada, traveling from province to province, seeing different culture, literally being in a French-speaking so-called country, which is a territory. Yeah, so-called country, I would say, because it's bigger than Jamaica, right? It's not a country, it's a province. But to travel, I travel through this place. It's like traveling from Ukraine to Russia, You travel from one so-called country, but there's a border. You travel from one country to another. So for me, that was the biggest experience that I've had, So and I love it. For Kish, I don't think her pros, that is, revolve around the same thing as me. For me, it's nature. I'm a nature person, so I did love nature, looking out the window and stuff like that. I think mainly for Kish is just traveling with me.
That's what he thinks. Just for me, whenever something is new, I like to take it on, like just to see what it's like, and that's it. So it's not like, it has always been my dream to do a road trip.
Yeah, it's not a bucket list. But I think we both loved it. We have loved the journey. We have loved the experience most of all, because people met us at the experience. I would probably do it again, maybe not travel so far, but I would definitely travel from a different province to a different province. From one province to another province, I would definitely do that. But not so long, because people will travel for almost 4 days.
Okay, let me just say what I like.
Yeah.
Just having both of us just on the road together, me have him back, him have my back kind of thing. By the way, we never sleep on each other. The only time me would have probably drop asleep or when it get really late. Cause me an old man, So when it's really late, me kind of fall asleep, but me not think me fall asleep for long, right, babe?
People.
Yes, I know.
People. Don't edit this, Don't edit this. People, don't edit it. People, when you come on to Kish, let's say we start travel from 7 p.m. in the night, when I'm my shift. Kish drop asleep by, if I start travel from about 7 o'clock, Kish drop asleep from about before 9 o'clock. Before 9 o'clock, Kish drop asleep. That's a fact. Again, she not gonna remember this, but me telling the people. So she can edit it, she can cut this out, but me telling the people. She drop asleep by that time. However, she do wake up sometimes, or she will wake up. There are moments where she stay up in a people, but if it reach certain hours, she'll sit down. She'll sit down in the passenger seat. No, I do not. Maybe I listen music. Maybe I chat to me for a little bit. For hours. She go drop asleep. It's not like she'll walk with me people, so she go drop asleep. For me, for once, me not go drop asleep. The only time I really get a rest people at night time, to be honest with you, which is morning time.
Film shift, though,
Which is morning time per se. It's not night time. It's morning time.
Like
so,
anywhere between 1
yeah. So
6 o'clock.
hence the reason why I say we do sleep like together but not together. Make sense? So we don't sleep together but we sleep together.
Right.
So, but we do sleep and we do get a maximum of perhaps 4 hours worth of sleep. Sometimes 3 hours. I think the maximum I've ever get is maybe 5 hours, you know. And it's not. I don't think we get 5 hours now. We have probably rest, as in like sit down and not drive for 5 hours.
No, it's probably 6. The max is about 6 to 7 hours. Why? Because the first night is 12 o'clock. Because in other day, guys, we were very tired. Right? Another day we up and down all over, and we either rush pack and whatever, the last minute packing. And as we had drive for 2 hours, so we at 12 o'clock have to do a rest stop, and we were still in Ontario. We never reached nowhere, and we had to just rest. And from 12 o'clock to about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, that's the longest rest.
Yeah.
And talking about resting, someone else had commented about, like they were making a suggestion that we should have like stayed at a motel or something like that. Guys, that was in the plan. That was in the plan first. But you know what? Him tell me said no. And then when we thought about wait no babe. And then when we thought about hold on no babe, stop no. And when we thought about it, can I finish please? And when we thought about it, because me just giving, you know, because anywhere girl have to save money, me I gotta save money. When we really look on the budget and so we say we couldn't do it. Like it's best if we keep the money, and it's a good thing it work out that way, because the money that we would have spent on motel, which is probably maybe it's like $100 a night or something, and that would be like $300. We took that money to do other things. Like anybody knows that whenever you move, you have a lot of times you have a little rough patch kind of where you get things together. We could have take that money there, buy food, stock up and whatever.
Alright, so I would say either ways it still couldn't harm people. It still couldn't harm, unless we have like over 10 million in our pocket, which we didn't. The reality is people would just never have it, and that's the cons in moving to Newfoundland, or just moving in general to a different province. Not moving in Ontario, but moving in a different province, because we never have it. The vehicle itself did cost a bag of money and stuff. So she I don't know if she sugarcoat it or not, but we couldn't afford it, people. And the person who commented, we couldn't afford it.
Right.
Not afford it in terms of, okay, we're not working enough money for not afford it. No. Buying the vehicle was a short notice thing. Getting the vehicle up and running was a short notice thing. And again, people, if we had planned maybe 3 months in advance, we would have more than afforded it, and that's a fact. Yeah. But we couldn't afford it because I would say in less than a month we are rushed through everything. So we have done everything in terms of getting the place from beforehand was definitely in advance. That's typical, right? But getting the vehicle, getting it up and running, ready, so in a brought down point on our way here, which the Lord is being good to us, and that's another story as well.
I'm only for story, guys.
So, as Kish said, I wanted to do this video as a non-scripted. Kish is more different than I am, which she wants to go by script. She wants to come in front of the camera and just talk.
And by script, he means that I just want to have specific segments, talk in each segment, and have it more organized.
I want it like this because I want the guys see the real deal. No scripting, nothing, no see the real life because this is real life. You get me? So I would say, peeps, yeah, in the last minute, within like even the last couple weeks, like 2 weeks before we leave, there was like money I spent like crazy. You get me?
But sorry to cut you away. We would recommend, if you can include in your budget, to go to a motel if you're doing any trip like this. Go right ahead. But me know say my friend them, I have friends who have traveled from Toronto to Alberta, like the person who commented, because they did say that they traveled from Toronto to Alberta. My friend who did that as well, they did not go to a motel or Airbnb. Because me, I look on price for Airbnb, you know, and them never even cheap. I don't remember the cost. I think the cheapest thing was probably like a $80 or something.
Alright, yeah, watch your style then, people.
And they manage, we never enough for them budget.
Watch your style then. Watch your style then. You see, from here traveling a taxi, vehicle come here, chances are you're done but it already. That's why you have to even take the vehicle come here. But it's still, I think it's cheaper to try to fly, come to Newfoundland with your stuff than to drive come here. However, if you do drive and you do have a car and you've done budget out already, to me you're already on a budget and no say already. You know say, yeah man, I'm gonna sleep in the back of the car tonight. Cause chances are we're yardie, you understand, we're not gonna spend $400, $200, $100 a night at wherever. You get me? I say nobody, we not think nobody ever do that. But if you do have the money and you want to experience life like that, then that's good. But I would personally say for persons who want to really get the experience of traveling, and we're not talking about fly, we're talking about like drive for hours and I see different
scenery.
Yeah, like you know, experience Canada. You're not gonna sleep in a motel with probably bed bugs there and them stuff there. But I would not really agree with that part. But if you do, sure. But and again, peeps, I would say everything was short notice.
Yeah, bottom line.
Short notice, and that's the reason why we couldn't afford it. To what the person say again? To stay at the motel.
Yeah.
We couldn't afford it because people, I get my last paycheck on the same day when we move come Newfoundland. And the whole of the check done in a gas.
In a gas.
Not to mention food.
Oh guys, wait. I must say, as in say food, that was the only part of traveling I really, really enjoyed, was just eating road food. Because me like to eat road food.
And it's not road food, because guess what? A Timmans,
A&W, Burger King,
it's not road food. It's if you're like Jamaica now, where you stop a jerk center, you stand, then you go this and you probably try one little vendor right there. So people, it's not road food, but it's traveling nonetheless. We did drop on one trucking stop, and that to me was one of the most beautiful trucking place that we ever stopped.
That's in the first travel.
And in Ontario, by the way.
Yeah.
Close to the end now.
First stop.
Yeah. Well, we did literally sleep for? How long would you sleep there for?
But that was the longest we slept. Sleep?
Yeah, how long would you there for?
6 to 7 hours.
Yeah, we did there for a good while. But it did nice, people. It did really
That
nice.
was the best rest stop, and that was it.
A big, glamorous, it's like a mall, people. It's like literally a mall. Yeah.
That was not like a mall. Just the one tomorrow now, a big building. It's there alright. Oh yeah, true.
And you know, with that look, it was, you know, people, after that first rest stop, in a full head traveling, I said, no man, we'll reach our next rest stop. We're gonna say, no man, people, you see second rest stop.
Never all that. But there was a rest stop that
no more rest stop to me did beat
like
that first, and then because that first truck stop created that thing in our mind, is like we say, alright, then yeah man,
this can go on.
No.
For me, the cons now.
The cons, yeah.
the sleeping arrangements. For me, alright, the first night, the second night, go on. But you see, after that, which is the third and fourth night, I think it's the fourth night, or it's third night.
From the
Friday
first night, we
night,
never
Saturday
sleep, so-
night, Sunday night, Monday night. A Tuesday we did reach?
True, but people, the first night for me, never sleep good, point blank. Just tough it out, but never sleep good, never like it.
The first night not too bad, but guys, I kind of tidy up, you know, and we know how that go for three to four nights. Tidy up. Hey, you see when we come in, I'm just glad for the little warm water. I'm bathing, you know, I will scrub my body, you know, guys. Yeah, so that's just it. The bathing, the shower, not being able to shower. That was my concern mainly.
Not for me.
A part of the move as well is me mentioning me leave my stuff, specifically my nail stuff. For those of you who know already, say I do nails.
Pause. People, anybody out there in YouTube land who wants to contribute to Kishana's nail thing to get back some stuff.
Yeah.
When they can send donations, we're not big. Don't look at me weird. We're not big, but them say ask and it shall be given. So we are asked. Yeah. Me ask on behalf of her. So any female watching this vlog who have nail stuff, who can ship it to Newfoundland, can ship it to her. She will send her the details, or they can just send the money, PayPal or something, and she get back her stuff then because she lost everything. And these are stuff where she buy from Jamaica. We're talking about everything, meaning we're not talking about nail polish and them someday. We're talking about
acrylic powder. Yeah, I'm not gonna know them. Acrylic powder, acrylic liquid. As a matter of fact, when my friend did come from Jamaica, I asked her to bring up acrylic liquid because the one them up here, it's like $8 for one small something like this. And in Jamaica, you can get one for like $400, and it's the bottle is this tall. Oh my god, I'm terrible with it. My UV light, my brush, buffer, the whole works. Everything where you can do a nail from scratch.
she had a container, right? Where
yeah, a big box.
She had a container, as I say, where you can store stuff in, like you store stuff for storm and
storage, yeah.
Like a storage bin, but it really kind of big, you kind of have to use a 200 litre.
Yeah.
So it's that filled with nail stuff. Again, if you don't want a sponsor, me would suggest a sponsor so she can feel better. I would sponsor people, but we're gonna really get all the stuff unless I Jamaica or Toronto. You get me? So sponsor, man, sponsor.
And really and truly, that not in our budget right now. You know, we're still a recruit.
Yeah, we are built up back.
Yeah.
I mean, another for me, I can't. I buy a vehicle, people, and I buy it for under $1,000. Cool. Everything seems fine, but everything is not fine. So the total repair for the vehicle, people, are close to $5,000. You didn't know that? You didn't know that, people? So when we say we couldn't afford it, we really couldn't afford it. Because when we budget and have like let's say for example, we decide to we'll move, come here, we'll fly it. We have money for flight, we have money for the house, we have money for buy food, we have money for everything.
Oh,
but
we
never hold a package. We never have no money budget for that. So it's like say the little savings we have couldn't do. You follow me I say? So
I don't want to cut you, babe. One thing here, which every province different, but here them actually collect a deposit. What's it called?
Like if you mash up your property.
Yeah, destruction deposit.
Something like them will get the idea, but
yeah, whatever this deposit. Damage deposit, right? Which is, I think it's 70% of the whatever you pay as rent or something like that, maximum. So apart from the first and last rent, them also take the damage deposit. In Toronto, they don't do that, right?
First
so
and last.
it's only first and last them do. Just a point of information.
One thing to people, Newfoundland, check out, elaborate more upon it, but it's like, for example, the tax in Toronto, let's say your income tax, are like 13%, whatever the case is. And
We're gonna give you the actual figure. You're gonna see it somewhere here.
Yeah, and here is like, I don't know, 10%. I don't know. The tax still add up the same there as the same here, but it just look like it's cheaper here, but you still pay more tax, I think, on food or some other something. It still add up the same.
Yeah. So it's like the things are cheaper, but because you pay more tax on the things, so for example, food, if in Toronto something is for $5 and here it's for $4, by the time them slap on the tax pan here, so
Same.
yeah.
I guess it's like $1 or so cheaper, I guess, here.
Yeah.
But
And when you put on the tax pan it still bring it up to what it costs you in Toronto.
it's still
right?
the same.
But I can tell you guys, for me, it has more pros here. Let's talk about that, babe.
And foremost, I don't really not have fun in Newfoundland.
From morning, in like.
Made that clear, yeah.
I'm more optimistic about it. One thing about them Atlantic province here, them focus a lot on tradespeople, skilled people, right? So if you're a tradesperson or a skilled person, to me, all of Canada focus on the trade people them. So if you can drive truck, if you're a laborer, construction worker, them things there, the mechanic, yaga alright, may I tell you, because them people are scarce, you must get a job. But one thing though, so if you don't fall into them category there, you might have a challenge finding jobs. Of course, statistics show that Newfoundland has the highest unemployment rate, and I just figured that it was because there are a lot of old people here. Right? No offense, there are a lot of mature people here, so that's why you have that so high, and they need young people, right? As a matter of fact, there are a lot of young people coming here now, right? Plus, there are more blacks here than we expected as well.
Wait, we're not going at that too much, but people, when Kishana look up and tell me, say, oh, the unemployment rate high up here, me I say, and we say, no, man, you know, because it's an Atlantic province, again, me I say, it's not like what you call it, like a big city where, you know, you have the population just booming, pick me and breed yourself left, right, and center. Whole heap of immigrant are coming in and all sort of stuff. No, people. I thought it was a good thing. I thought getting a job shouldn't be hard. People, it's a different topic, but it's like it's worse than Toronto, in my opinion and my experience.
Right, because one of the things Babe would explain is that while you could just jump on a bus and go anywhere, right? Oh, by the way, the car started giving problems, so we had to start taking
We're
the
not
bus.
mobile anymore, people. We're taking the bus. We're no bus takers. Proud bus takers. I'm a proud bus taker.
Walk. I think they still call it walk, but yeah.
I'm a proud bus taker from Jamaica. Still a proud bus taker, yeah. Not a problem with that. But people, I don't really fancy the province, to be honest.
You said that already.
This is me talking, I'm on the floor. But what I say, people, is that I'm not a fan of the province. For just maybe like two main reasons. It lame, that's one. Two,
boring for him.
Boring for both of us. But she's a simple girl, people, and she will say whatever. But if she lived there alone, she wouldn't like it, and that's a fact. I think it's because of the job that she's in. She's mentally kind of okay. It lame for both of us, not just only for me, people, for both of us. The second thing for me, people, is it's distance. So I can't walk to anywhere. I can. It's not impossible, people. But I would have to drive or take a bus and show the length. You have to wait an hour or half an hour for another bus. The bus is not something that runs frequently. You get me? And if you miss the bus, God, no, you Yes, hard.
Do you want to tell them how it compares to Toronto?
Toronto.
That whole bus thing.
You see, like Toronto now, if you live in Toronto and you miss a bus, let's say the bus never come till next 20 minutes, alright, that's fine. But you can walk somewhere, even if it takes you 10 to 20 minutes, or you can Uber. It's like things are just whoop, 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 around the corner. I'm not saying the bus system is way better than Toronto. However, you can live in Toronto as an urban area and still, let's say you have an appointment at 8, you can still make it to an appointment. It might cost you a little bit more money, or you can just zoop, 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 and just try and get something around the corner, like another TTC, a streetcar, or something.
Most
Here,
likely.
it is not like that.
Yeah, if you miss the bus, you either have to take a Uber or just make up your mind, say you're going late.
Uber, or a Lyft, or whatever they want to call it. You can't do anything else. You're at a loss, complete loss. You cannot do anything else, and that's it. You can wait for another bus, but if you want to reach at a timely fashion, that's it. That's literally it. Healthcare is another thing. Them say it get better, but I can't really talk much on that. That's something for another video. Again, peeps, there's much for me right now. There's in living situation, it's good and all that. I do still prefer Toronto than here, but we're still growing. We're still like less than 7 months in.
Babe,
So
we're almost 4 months in.
Oh, 4 months. So we're still.
So we're brand new.
We're still brand new. We're not, no life update as yet. But yeah, that's the experience of Ford. Some of the pros, some of the cons. We're going to do a part 2. Give us some likes on this video and we'll do a part 2, alright?
If there's a next video, we're going to elaborate more on the pros because for me, there are many. And there are a lot for Babe too. But I'm just blinded right now. But there are a lot of pros for us both.
I would say that one of the reasons why we moved from Newfoundland, is for
that thing there.
If you get it, you get it. But if you now wonder why we moved from Newfoundland. Alright, peeps, thank you for tuning in. It was a pleasure. I'm going to take the time out for listening to us blabber and talk. Like the video.
Share the video.
Like and share.
Guys, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up.
People.
And thank you for tuning in.
Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Smash the like button if you don't like it. See this face? Full of emotions. But comment the question them on you think you might have. And
I will do another video if anything. Yeah. Until next time, guys. Bye. Say bye now.
I'm not going to do that. But later.
High volume. Am I really that much?